Hi everyone, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Catherine, and the topic of my presentation today is students perceive usefulness and enjoyment on the use of Class Dojo in as a classroom. These people explore the use of Class Dojo, a digital reward tracking tool, in and as a classroom. Let me begin with the introduction first. Technology has helped to transform classroom teaching and learning. Due to the fact that games are motivating and can promote learning, many games have been used to facilitate classroom teaching. A visual reward system is a significant motivational tool as well as a crucial element when these games are used in the classroom. However, there's a need for a more effective visual reward system to help motivate the students to accomplish the learning goals. The traditional visual reward chart prepared with manila cards, color pencils, or stickers is not effective as it requires a lot of preparation time and a certain level of creativity as well as some hidden cost. Sustainability challenge is also evident as the reward chart might not be durable for use for one semester of study and can be very challenging for teachers to maintain a consistent and sustainable reward system to facilitate student learning. Hence, Class Dojo was introduced for use in five communicative English classes as a real-time documentation tool to encourage student engagement in their study. Specifically, this study seeks to answer the following research questions. First, how do the as learners perceive the usefulness of the use of Class Dojo in their language classes? And second, how do the as learners perceive the enjoyment on the use of Class Dojo in their language classes? Numerous studies have explored the use of ClassDojo in facilitating classroom teaching and learning. It was highlighted that ClassDojo is a highly motivating classroom management system. The visual and audio in ClassDojo provided students with both extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. Points and avatars were two main components of ClassDojo that can motivate students in English class. For example, students can be rewarded for participating actively in class or showing good teamwork when doing a group project. Besides easy to use and easy to understand were also two features highlighted by the students. Also, previous studies have highlighted that seeing the results, picking avatars, and identifying areas to work on are three main reasons why students enjoyed using Class Dojo. Meanwhile, fun, exciting, or cool was the main reason why the students reported that they want to use the application again. Positive responses, such as enhanced classroom participation, the competitive aspect of Class Dojo, were also reported, and most of the students responded that Class Dojo could serve as a useful tool to enhance their learning and knowledge retention. Contingency management strategy can be used to further describe Class Dojo as a tool to promote or discourage certain classroom behaviors by the use of reinforcement by rewarding points or punishment through assigning negative points. Class Dojo was also reported as an effective intervention for reducing disruptive classroom behavior. As for the methodology, a total of 88 ESL learners from one of the polytechnics in Malaysia have answered the survey distributed after the online tool was used in communicative English classes for a time frame of 15 weeks. Purposive sampling was employed in which only students who have the experience of using Class Dojo in the language classes were involved in the study. Data collection was first conducted by identifying the target participants. After acquiring permissions and selecting instruments, the data collection was administered. The survey consists of 11 4-point Likert scale closed-ended questions and an open-ended question asking for their opinion on the use of ClassDojo platform. Data gathered from the survey were analyzed using descriptive statistics with SPSS, while thematic analysis was used to analyze the responses for open-ended questions. Data coding and categorization were performed to develop themes that can capture the essence of the responses. The findings from the study suggested that participants perceive the use of ClassDojo in their language classes positively. Participants responded to the statements in the survey using 4-point Likert scale. Overall, participants perceived the usefulness positively, in which all the means were found to locate in the range of 3.58 and 3.7. Specifically, participants reported that the use of class dojo can help them to compete positively with their friends. It can motivate them to work harder, can help them to behave during a particular classroom activity, and can help them to achieve their own learning goals. They are also positively motivated by the dojo points, and class dojo can push them to participate in the classroom activities. These findings were further supported by the data obtained from open-ended questions in the survey. Participants reported that class dojo can help enhance their concentration in the class. Students also highlighted that class dojo can motivate them to work harder. In relation to classroom participation, some students have even highlighted that class dojo can push them to volunteer in classroom activities. These findings on enhancing student motivation and encouraging active classroom participation resonated with the findings from the previous studies in which it was reported that majority of participants had positive experiences with class dojo, and seeing the results was top rated among all other positive responses. This also helped explain why class dojo was found to be highly motivating for the students. Similarly, positive attention and focus, students enhanced classroom participation, and the competitive aspect of class dojo were also highlighted by the previous study. All these suggest that class dojo may be used as an effective tool to promote student learning. It can be used as an effective tool to reinforce certain desired classroom behavior. When all the students are aware of which classroom behavior will be rewarded, they will be encouraged to perform better. So this also explains why the use of class dojo can enhance student motivation in learning. Besides, some students in the study also noticed that class dojo can help foster positive classroom relationships. Perhaps students can feel the sense of closeness when collectively celebrating a desired classroom behavior. As highlighted by the previous study, class dojo is easy to implement and cost effective. Some students in this study have also noticed that class dojo is a useful classroom management tool for the lecturers. Also, participants perceived the enjoyment of using class dojo application positively, in which all the means were found to locate in the range of 3.69 and 3.75. Specifically, participants reported their hope for the use of class dojo in other classes. They were excited to see who can get the most dojo points, and they were also excited to participate whenever class dojo is used in the class. They like the little cute monsters or avatars in class dojo, and it was fun to see how they have progressed throughout the semester. These findings were further supported by the data obtained from the open-ended question in the survey. Most of the participants described the class dojo application as a very interesting tool, as it can make the learning process more interesting. It can infuse energy and liveliness to the lessons, making them more dynamic and engaging. Positive words like interesting, awesome, attractive, loved, exciting, cute, and like were found in their responses. These results aligned with the findings from the previous studies, and that students really enjoyed using Class Dojo as they were motivated by the dojo points and avatars. Also, students mentioned that they would like to use the app again as it was fun, exciting, and cool. The visual and audio used in the Class Dojo might help inject energy and liveliness to the lessons, creating an engaging, exciting, and interesting learning environment for the students. It can thus be concluded that students typically hold positive perceptions regarding the use of Class Dojo platform in their language classes. Constructive competitive environment enhance student motivation and classroom focus, as well as active classroom participation and positive classroom relationships were among the perks highlighted. Students perceive that Class Dojo is an interesting tool as the rewarding dojo points and cute avatars particularly can generate excitement and help create a more dynamic and engaging learning environment in the classroom. As for the suggestions and recommendations for future research, it is advisable for educators to engage in preliminary discussions with their students to determine which classroom behaviors aligned with the learning objective should be rewarded and celebrated in the platform. Future research may explore the integration of class dojo in post-secondary education settings, a comprehensive understanding on how the students can derive optimal benefits from the platform, can equip the educators to deliver services effectively in these settings. Also, another valuable avenue for future research might involve getting student feedback on the additional customization options for the platform. This could yield valuable input for enhancing features or inspiring innovative ideas. That's all for my presentation today. Thank you.